Ghislaine Maxwell has once again become the center of controversy after speaking from prison, where she is serving a 20-year sentence for her involvement in Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking network. Her latest statements have reignited debates about Epstein's powerful connections, the role of celebrities and politicians in the scandal, and the truth behind Epstein's mysterious death. Maxwell's words have sent shockwaves through elite circles, raising new concerns that more names could be exposed in one of the most infamous cases of modern times. Since her arrest and conviction, Maxwell has largely remained silent, occasionally speaking through her legal team, but avoiding any direct public statements. That changed when she granted a rare interview from inside her Florida prison, describing her life behind bars and sharing her thoughts on the Epstein case. Her remarks, while carefully worded, have fueled speculation about what she knows and whether she may eventually reveal more details that could implicate others. Maxwell's statements began with her reflections on her conviction, maintaining that she was unfairly prosecuted as a scapegoat for Epstein's crimes. She described herself as a victim of the system, claiming that the authorities needed someone to hold accountable after Epstein's sudden and controversial death. She expressed frustration over the way the media had portrayed her, arguing that she was not the mastermind behind Epstein's operations, but rather an easy target. According to her, there were many others who were aware of what was happening, but they had managed to avoid legal consequences due to their power, influence, and ability to control the narrative. She then turned to the topic that has remained one of the biggest mysteries of the case: Epstein's death. Official reports concluded that Epstein took his own life while in a Manhattan jail cell in August 2019, but many believe there was foul play involved. Maxwell, who knew Epstein for decades, seemed skeptical of the official account. She stopped short of directly accusing anyone, but implied that there were serious reasons to doubt the circumstances surrounding his death. She suggested that Epstein had too much valuable information about powerful people, making him a liability. According to her, the idea that someone with Epstein's resources and connections would simply give up and take his own life seemed unlikely. Her comments have reignited theories that Epstein was silenced to protect the elite. The billionaire financier had ties to some of the most powerful individuals in the world, including former U.S. presidents, members of the British royal family, and major Hollywood figures. Maxwell's hints at deeper secrets have led many to wonder if she might one day expose more details, potentially leading to legal troubles for those who were once in Epstein's inner circle. One of the biggest fears among celebrities and politicians is the potential release of more evidence. Epstein's infamous Black Book contained the names of influential figures from around the globe, and his private jet, nicknamed the Lolita Express, was known to have carried many high-profile guests to his private island. While some of these individuals have denied any wrongdoing or claimed they were unaware of Epstein's criminal activities, Maxwell's latest statements have brought renewed attention to the case. She was asked if she planned to reveal more details about specific people involved, but she remained vague, stating only that the truth was already out there for those who were willing to look. Her cryptic response has led to intense speculation. Legal experts suggest that if Maxwell were to fully cooperate with authorities, it could lead to new investigations and potentially more arrests. However, others believe she is using her statements as leverage, hoping that the possibility of exposing others might earn her better treatment or even a reduced sentence. Some sources close to the case claim that several high-profile figures are already working behind the scenes to ensure that Maxwell remains silent. Maxwell also described her current life in prison, painting a bleak picture of her daily existence. She spoke about constant surveillance, isolation, and the strict restrictions placed on her. She claimed that prison authorities treated her differently from other inmates, keeping her under close watch at all times. She also mentioned that she had received threats and that she believed her safety was at risk. According to her, the fear of being harmed was not just paranoia. She suggested that there were people who would prefer that she never speak out again. Despite the difficult conditions, Maxwell appeared determined to continue fighting her conviction. Her legal team has been working on appeals, arguing that her trial was unfair and that key evidence was mishandled. While most legal experts believe that overturning her sentence is unlikely, they acknowledged that if she were to reveal new information, it could change the course of the case. Some believe she may be holding on to valuable secrets as a bargaining chip, hoping that her knowledge will provide her with an opportunity to negotiate a reduced sentence in the future. Public reaction to Maxwell's statements has been mixed. Some believe that she is simply trying to rewrite history, portraying herself as a victim rather than an accomplice in Epstein's crimes. Others think that her words contain elements of truth and that she knows far more than she has admitted. Social media has been flooded with debates, with some demanding further investigations into Epstein's network, and others dismissing Maxwell's statements as self-serving. The resurfacing of the Epstein scandal has once again raised uncomfortable questions about the power and influence of the elite. Many wonder if justice was truly served, or if some of the most powerful figures involved have managed to escape accountability. Maxwell's statements have ensured that the case remains in the public eye, and her hints at deeper secrets suggest that this story is far from over. For now, Maxwell remains behind bars, but her words have reignited interest in the case and raised new concerns for those who were once associated with Epstein. Whether she will reveal more in the future is uncertain, but one thing is clear: the Epstein saga is not yet closed, and the world will be watching. In the days following Ghislaine Maxwell's shocking statements from prison, the fallout has been swift and intense. Media outlets around the world have dissected her words, legal experts have speculated on what could come next, and former associates of Jeffrey Epstein are reportedly in panic mode. While Maxwell stopped short of directly naming individuals, her hints at deeper secrets and powerful figures still being protected have reignited public demand for more transparency. Several journalists and independent investigators have begun revisiting old evidence, combing through flight logs, Epstein's personal archives, and court documents to see if there are any new leads. The resurfacing of these materials has already put pressure on some well-known names, including politicians, Hollywood stars, and business moguls who had connections to Epstein. Social media has exploded with discussions, with users demanding accountability and questioning why some individuals have never faced legal scrutiny. Legal experts are divided on what Maxwell's statements mean for her future. Some believe that she is simply trying to stay relevant and build leverage for a potential appeal. Others think she may actually be preparing to cooperate, especially if she sees no other way out of her current situation. If she were to provide solid evidence against other key figures in Epstein's circle, it could lead to new investigations, additional arrests, and even more trials. However, the biggest question remains: does she truly have information that could bring down some of the most powerful people in the world? Or is she bluffing? Meanwhile, inside the prison walls, Maxwell's life has reportedly become even more difficult since her statements were made public. Sources claim that prison officials have increased security around her, fearing potential retaliation either from other inmates or from those who might want to silence her permanently. Some reports suggest she has been placed under even stricter surveillance, with limited contact with the outside world. Despite this, Maxwell has continued to maintain that she is being unfairly punished and that she deserves another chance at freedom. Outside the prison, Maxwell's legal team is said to be considering its next move. While an appeal is already in progress, some speculate that they may push for a plea deal in exchange for information. However, given the nature of her crimes and the public outrage surrounding the case, it's unclear whether prosecutors would be willing to negotiate. The impact of Maxwell's statements is also being felt in political circles. Some lawmakers have called for renewed investigations into Epstein's connections, arguing that the public deserves to know the full extent of his network. There have even been demands for previously sealed documents related to the case to be made public. If this happens, it could expose even more names and create further legal trouble for those who were once close to Epstein. For now, the world is left waiting to see what Maxwell will do next. Will she remain silent, or will she finally reveal the full truth about Epstein's empire? And if she does, will it be enough to bring others to justice, or will powerful forces work behind the scenes to ensure that the secrets remain buried? One thing is certain: Maxwell's words have reignited a scandal that many hoped had been forgotten. As the pressure mounts and more details emerge, the Epstein saga continues to unfold, proving that the case is far